truck off. We're going to let him know, Mr. Examiner, I will now begin my air leakage. You're going to turn your truck to the on position. Alright. Let your gauges sweep and stabilize. After they go up and they stabilize, go ahead and push in your brake valves, okay? At this point, you're going to let him know, Mr. Examiner, I will now begin my air leakage test. I will hold my brakes to make sure I lose no more than 4 psi within 1 minute. Will you time it? I'm going to repeat that again, okay? I'm going to hold my brakes to make sure I lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute. Will you time me? Until you get ready to do your maneuvers and stuff, your foot should be on the ground, okay? After he acknowledges that he will time you, go ahead and put your foot on the brake. He gonna say stop.
I was looking at that truck, so I'm like, damn, we moving backwards.
It might be moving. It is moving. It was moving. My wheels ain't chopped. I knew I was gonna move because it's wet. Alright, so next step is gonna be Mr. Examiner. I did not lose any more than 4 psi within 1 minute. I will now fan my brakes until I reach at or around 60 psi, at which point my low air pressure warning buzzer and light will go off. Okay, let me repeat that to y'all. I will fan my brakes until I reach at or around 60 psi, at which point my low air pressure warning buzzer and light will go off. Okay, it's gonna go off as soon as I touch the brakes anyway. Your fan is just gonna be that right there, okay? So you're gonna let them know, Mr. Examiner, I would like to acknowledge that my low air pressure warning buzzer and light did go off at or around 60 psi. I will now continue to fan my brakes until I reach 40 to 20 psi, at which point my brake valve should pop out. You gotta make sure you watch them brake valves. Alright? That's not the length right there. That's 1. That's 2. Alright. Mr. Examiner, I'd like to acknowledge that both brake valves did pop out. I will now go ahead and turn off my vehicle. I will remove my key, take my seatbelt off, exit my vehicle using my 3 points of contact to unchock my wheels, okay? When you get out, you're gonna unchock your wheels. Once you unchock your wheels, you're gonna open the door back up, Mr. Examiner. I'm gonna enter my truck using my 3 points of contact. Get in, put your seatbelt on, all right? Once you put your seatbelt on, put your key in, but don't start it up. Mr. Examiner, I would now like to go ahead and do a safe start. My brake valves are popped out. My truck is in neutral. And my foot is hovering my brake. Turn it on, let your gauges sweep and stabilize. Alright, Mr. Examiner, I will now go ahead and place my foot on the gas. I'm going to rev it up between 10 to 15 RPM so that I can regain my air pressure until my governor kicks out, okay? Y'all with me so far? Mm-hmm. Alright, y'all real quiet.
TikTok all day and night.
Me too. Our governor about to kick out. I love TikTok. I do it all. I just be sitting. Come on, Mr. Governor.
There it is.
All right, Mr. Examiner, I'd like to acknowledge that my governor kicked out between 120 and 140 psi. Jamal, what you want? I want my old student. All right, Mr. Examiner, I will now go ahead and do start my tug test. In order to do my tug test, when you do your tug test, you got to talk them through everything, okay? So when you do your tug test, Mr. Examiner, I'm going to start by testing my tractor brake. In order to do so, I'm going to push in my red valve, place my foot on the brake, put it in drive, and give it 2 tugs, all right?
Hold on, y'all.
Please hold on. Put it in drive, and give it 2 tugs. Brake, put it in neutral, pop your brake valve. Mr. Examiner, I will now test my trailer brake. In order to do so, I'm going to put my foot on the brake, push my yellow valve in, and give it 2 tugs. Alright? Give it 2 tugs. Hold on. I ain't doing no accident report. That's 1. That's 2. Alright? Put on the brake, put it in neutral, pop your brake valve. Alright? I know they back there like, that's light. I tell you I was light, it's gonna be this service brake test. So really, find something to hold on to. I don't want you in my windshield. Alright. Mr. Examiner, I will now test my service brake. In order to do so, I will put my foot on the brake, push in both valves, drive forward 3 to 5 miles per hour to test my service brake. Alright. When you do that, your hand should be right here, okay? It shouldn't be over here, up, down. It should be right here, alright? So we're just gonna pull forward. I'd like to acknowledge my truck did not shift left to right, which will indicate bad brakes. That concludes my in-cab inspection. Alright. You get past the outside, your coupling, and your inside, that's it, you done. You go over there to your maneuvers and stuff. You becoming a step up.